Alrighty, folks, we are here to review the work of some non-woke comedians. We'll decide who is funny and who is not. This video is sponsored by our friends at ExpressVPN.
Some societies, like Koreans, they might have a God complex, but they don't have a history of oppressing another group of people.
Each other, right?
Are you out of your mind?
What the
What do you mean?
You don't think Asians had they didn't oppress?
Koreans didn't have slaves. We didn't fly.
Did Koreans have slaves?
Korea had the longest unbroken chain of slavery of any society in history. Holy shit.
You guys are scumbags.
We're scumbags.
That's why it's always funny when people are like, oh, the white Europeans, we never did anything bad. It's like, no, everyone did bad stuff. That's called human history.
I'm going through a breakup. Anybody else? Okay. It's sad. We went to Paris too this summer, and it was really romantic. We rode bikes, we got baguettes, and we even got matching. What are the hats that they all wear? The hijabs.
That's very good. You knew she was going for an appareils, but I didn't see the hijabs coming.
They're taking black jobs now.
A French joke and an anti-radical Islam joke. I'm there. I like.
You have live, laugh, love cursive in your apartment?
Nah, man, my apartment's black as just so if my family comes, I'm like, no, she's a good one. Like that's
So what do you have in your apartment that makes it black as
I can't think of the name of it.
Other people's stuff?
Shane Gillis saying, Shane Gillis is just a throwback to 1978 humor. Yeah, that's why he's so popular. Because he's just saying all the George Carlin, Richard Pryor jokes from 1978. And everybody's like, oh my God, I can't believe he said it. It's like 50 years ago they were saying it and it was totally fine. I mean, I think the reason that he's so likable is because he really just sort of owns it. He's like, yeah, what I'm saying is kind of racist, but you know what? All right, I guess I'm kind of a racist. And people kind of like the authenticity of that, almost no matter what you're saying. So you can get away with some pretty awful crap, actually, under that guy's, but Gillis really doesn't.
You know how, our country's falling apart, and then they're like, the woke people are like, oh, this country was built on racism. It's like, maybe we should do more of that. Maybe that was working. You guys like the railroad? Wasn't built by the LGBTs, I'll tell you that.
And the juxtaposition of those two ideas is quite funny, right? The left saying, oh, the country's falling apart, it's never been worse than now. And you're like, well, it was worse for most of all of human history when it comes to racism. So if you don't like it now, did you like it better before? But it's an unanswerable question. You can use it seriously in political arguments. I have before, where people will say, racism is worse than ever. Like, really? Is it worse than Jim Crow? Is it? Because I'm noticing not.
Where are you from? Are you from Boston?
Originally from Guangzhou.
Guangzhou, China. Yeah. China, okay, China. Nice. China, good country. Good country. Woo. We have to say that now, correct? All their phone listening. This nephew got Huawei phone, they all listening. You use ExpressVPN? Free. Nice. Don't let your government hear that, please. From China. Okay, anyone? Any niece and nephew from Taiwan? Not a real country. Not a real country. I hope one day you rejoin the motherland, one China.
Yeah, it's got to be brutal to be a Chinese citizen. Not a lot of fun. Also, that young man right there, Nigel, got to be a Ben Shapiro show listener. How else do they know about ExpressVPN? You know that creepy feeling you get sometimes, like you're being watched when you're browsing online? Well, here's the thing. You actually are. Not by Yoda, but by your ISP. Every time you hop on the internet, your service provider can see literally everything you do. And get this, in the US, they can legally sell your entire browsing history. Yeah, even that incognito browsing isn't so private after all. Who would have thought? That's why I started using ExpressVPN. It's an incredible app that encrypts everything I do online and then routes it through secure servers. Since I started using it, my internet provider can't see any of my browsing history, and that means they've got nothing to sell because they don't have anything on me. But here's what I really love about ExpressVPN. It hides my IP address so the annoying data brokers can't build a profile about me and then sell it to advertisers. I've been traveling an awful lot. That means that I'm using public Wi-Fi. That's more dangerous. But not for me because I'm using ExpressVPN. You don't have to be a tech wizard to use it. They've made it so simple, even your kids could figure it out. All you do, you tap one button, and now you're protected. They've got apps for all your devices. It's rated #1 by CNET, The Verge, and other major tech reviewers. Find out how you can get 4 months free by scanning the QR code on screen, clicking the link in the description box below, or by heading on over to expressvpn.com/BenYT.
I think they got us with TikTok. I really do. I think they're just really clever. They've been around for 4,000 years. I mean, America's the but we're real young. We've only been around 250 years. Who knows if we're gonna make it? China's been here for 4,000 years. They've invented everything. They invented paper, alcohol, gunpowder, rockets, noodles, kung fu, and TikTok. Yeah, and coronavirus. And I was hey, don't be racist. China. I loved it when Trump would say China. They also invent our phone. The craziest thing is they make our phones. That's supposed to be our enemy, and they make our phones. Do you know how dumb that is? We let the enemy make our phones. We can't make a phone. There's 330 million Americans, plus Mexicans, and no one can make a phone?
The coronavirus joke I like. The phone joke, we can make a phone. It's just really expensive to do it here, which is why we should make them in India.
Some people think God created the universe. Some people think nothing created the universe, which is the funniest guess. And the nothing people make fun of the God people. They say God doesn't exist. I'm like, okay, maybe. But you know what definitely doesn't exist? Nothing. That's the defining characteristic of nothing, is that it doesn't exist. So what are we talking about? Either you think it's God, something you can't see, touch, taste, photograph, and science can't prove, or you think it's nothing, something you can't see, touch, taste, photograph, and science can't prove. But I think we can all agree, if your nothing sometimes spontaneously erupts into everything, that's a pretty magical than you guys. And ask the nothing people, what happens when you die? They'll tell you, nothing. You go into nothing. I'm like, you mean you merge back with your creator? That's heaven.
I like that joke. That's good. It's semantic game playing of the best sort. It does ask a fairly fundamental question, which is why is it more absurd to suggest that there is an all-powerful and omnipotent being who made all of this happen than that literally it just kind of spontaneously erupted out of nothing? Wouldn't you have to answer that question?
I'll miss Biden. Biden was fun. Also hilarious. My favorite thing about Biden was anytime he was giving his speech, in between teleprompters, his face would go back to being dead. You remember that? He'd be like, ah! No, serious. Look, I get it. You guys are pretty liberal here. I understand being liberal, dude. It feels good. It's powerful. It's too powerful, dude. It's like the Sith. You can like lose yourself, dude. Somebody says something you don't like at work, you're like, do it. All right, now I'm gonna lose you even more for my next trick.
That SNL opener by Shane Gillis, you should watch the whole thing because the audience clearly does not want to laugh at him and they can't help but laugh. And it is so awkward and wonderful. Truly, truly one of the great SNL openers of all time.
Is that your boyfriend that you're with?
I'm a woman.
What's that?
I'm a woman.
Yeah, the dude you're with, is that?
That's my husband.
Oh, okay, cool. You're great at answering questions. I knew you were, I don't see gender, Seattle, but did you think I didn't think you were a woman?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I knew you were a woman. Okay, good, cool. Wow, thank you for trying to derail my career. All right, well, I'm like, I like your vest. She's like, I'm a woman. I'm like, all right. No one didn't think you were a woman till you said that. Now everyone's suspicious. All right. It was such an odd reaction. You were so confrontational.
We didn't meet on the internet.
You didn't meet on the internet? Okay. Have we already talked about where did you guys meet?
We didn't talk about that.
Okay. What, you really are a woman. What,
That lady is having odd reactions. I don't understand. Where is she coming from?
The walls!
Here are the walls.
Random outbursts. Goodness gracious. So my wife and I have to decide when we go to a comedy show whether we feel like me being roasted in front of a crowd of 1,000 people. If we go to a public event, we have to actively consider, is this gonna be a thing where I get called out from the stage or not? And if so, could it be fun? Alrighty folks, so those are some of your non-woke comedians. And again, better than the woke comedians because there ain't nothing funny about the woke. They are too screechy and annoying. For actual real comedy, you should watch Ben After Dark. It might not be as good as some of those people, but it's definitely not as bad as the woke comedians. I'd say it's kind of mediocre.